वेलकम ऑल ऑफ यू। सभी का स्वागत है। जैसे एडवर्टाइजमेंट में जब हमने पोस्टर बनाया था उसमें लिखा था, सो इन द पोस्टर इट इज देयर, लर्न ब्राह्मी एंड रीड Ashokan Inscriptions. So for the very beginning, I would like to make it clear, there will be more practice. You have to practice and I will ask many questions to you. So it is a practice that will make you enable the inscriptions, you can read it. तो हमको ज्यादा से ज्यादा प्रैक्टिस करना है ताकि आप इंस्क्रिप्शन को पढ़ सके, ठीक है। सो आज मैडम टोल्ड दैट every 20 minutes there is a pause for question answer, if it is online or offline. तो 20 मिनट में छोटा सा ब्रेक लेंगे जिसमें आप अपना प्रश्न पूछ सकते हैं। उसके बाद फिर 20 मिनट फिर प्रश्न, ठीक है। तो बीच में प्रश्न आपको मन में आता है तो आप उसको लिख करके रखें, ठीक है। Why we should learn Brahmi? हम लोग ब्राह्मी क्यों सीखेंगे, उसकी क्या आवश्यकता है? द पर्पज ऑफ लर्निंग ब्राह्मी, द आंसर इज वेरी सिंपल। ऑल द इंडियन स्क्रिप्ट्स, नॉट ओनली इंडियन, साउथ ईस्ट एशियन एंड सम अदर स्क्रिप्ट्स आल्सो originated from Brahmi. So ब्राह्मी बहुत सारे लिपियों का जननी है, ठीक है। There is a special effect of Brahmi in Central Asia. जो सेंट्रल एशिया है उसमें ब्राह्मी का एक बड़ा स्वरूप देखने मिलता है, which is in Central Asian Brahmi. So many fragments still undeciphered. Okay. Recently, I visited London in British Museum. I found that there are 20,000 fragments from Central Asia in different types of Brahmi and Korosti. So no one was working there because they are fragments and also very difficult exactly to know their variations. Okay. So in this talk, actually, I'm going to cover some historical background of the Indian script and the development and the connection of the Brahmi with other Indian script. तो भारतीय लिपि के साथ ब्राह्मी का क्या संबंध है और ब्राह्मी का उद्भव विकास कैसे हुआ, और मेनली paleographical aspects. So I'm going to focus on the paleographical aspects. What is paleographical aspects? One should know. Because when you are learning the script, there is a particular style of writing. The combination of the conjuncts, जो संयुक्ताक्षर है वो combination कैसे होते हैं, the position of the anuswara, everything, all the technical parts we will learn while practicing the Brahmi. I have to share a screen, no? Yes. Okay. See the first word, Namo Bambiye Liviye. There is a textual reference. I am not writing myself. In Samavayanga Sutra, Jaina text, there is a salutation to the Bambi. That is the Brahmi script. Okay. So Namo Bambiye. It is not Brahmi. It is a Prakritized word. So Namo Bambiye Liviye. Reference is Samavayanga Sutra. It is a Jaina text. In that text, it is clearly mentioned. Okay. So salutation to the Brahmi script. How to go to the next? So when we are talking about the inscription or manuscript, there are many components. First of all, languages is there. So when we are talking about learning Brahmi, it means we should know the language. And then scripts, there are many scripts. And after that, you have inscriptions and manuscripts and writing materials and writing tools. These are the technical terms of paleography and manuscriptology. Okay. So what is paleography? In paleography, there are two terms, paleo and graphy. So paleo means old, symbol, and signs. And graphy means the scientific study of old, symbol, and signs. Okay. So we are talking about the paleography. Our main purpose is to learn the Brahmi script. Okay. Hello. I don't use this. You can use both. Okay. So writing tool and everything. When you come to the next slide, look at here. This is the Sodasa Mahajanapada. I am going to start from there. And in Sodasa Mahajanapada, there is a place, Magadha, you can see. The Magadha. Okay. Here. Actually, Magadha played a very vital role. If you look at our history, okay, in political, social, cultural, have a very vital role, the Magadha, out of Sodasa Janapada. Definitely, all the Janapadas have their own importance. But I'm talking about Magadha because I'm going to connect Buddha, Ashoka, and the writing system. That's why I have taken this picture of this map. Okay. So look at here. I have given an idea about the vernacular languages and scripts. And there is a very interesting story. While Buddha was teaching and giving teachings to the audience, the followers, two Brahmins came to him and asked him, "O Buddha, O Bhagavan, please allow us to transfer your teaching to Sanskrit." अभी दो ब्राह्मण आकर के भगवान बुद्ध को यह कह रहे हैं कि आपका जो टीचिंग है हम उसको संस्कृताइज करेंगे. They want to convert the teaching of Buddha to Sanskrit. Then Buddha never allowed. Okay. So Buddha never allowed. What Buddha said, that I would like to tell you. What the two Brahmins said, Bhante, Bhikkhu, Nama, Nana, Gota, Nana, Chacha, Nana, Kula, Pavajjita. All your disciples, they are from different family. They are from different clan. They are from different samskara. What they are doing? Te Sakaya Nirutiya Buddha Vachanam Dussenti. They pollute your speech. What to do? Buddha Vachanam Chandaso Aro Pema. Means we can convert your Vachana, your teaching to Chandas. Means Sanskrit. Some say Vedic Sanskrit or classical Sanskrit. But anyway, it is Sanskrit. Chandas. Okay? Because if you look at the Paninian grammar, that is Chanda. So, Sanskrit. Now, after listening from the two Brahmins, what Buddha replied, that we have to see. Na bhikkhave Buddha vachanam chandaso aropettabam. Na means not. So Buddha never allowed to his disciples to convert his teaching to the Sanskrit. Why I'm talking about this? Because whenever you are reading the inscription, language will come. And Buddha was a very good language master. Very good linguistic person. Like, I want to connect them. Okay? See, when Buddha never allowed to his disciples for converting his teaching, it means that what he said, you go teach in your own language. Okay? Sakaya Nirutti, own language. So it is a very controversial statement by Buddha. When I say in this class, you go and teach in own language, it's very controversial. I am not telling that you teach in English, Hindi, or Rashtrabhasha or Sanskrit, own language. So I can teach in Oriya. I am from Orissa. You can teach from another language. So it means that why Buddha said like this? There is a good connection between this statement and also the statement of Ashoka. Because they are the targeting of the masses. Because Buddha was using that language can cover the masses. Many people, not a particular group. That's why he selected the language. Because the people are very comfortable in their own language. Footstep followed by Ashoka. Ashoka chose the language, selected the language, and also selected the script, which was very popular at that time. Not only that, Ashoka also selected the place where to put the inscription, that many people can see and read that inscription. So it is a strategy. Buddha, Ashoka, they are the great leaders. There is a strategy, how to catch the people, how to attract the people. So language, script, and the place also very important, so that one can easily see the inscription. Okay, so these are the various types of concept lying in the inscriptions. So now we are talking about lipi, because the lipi, Brahmi is feminine, lipi. Sarada, feminine, lipi. Nevari, lipi. But Grantha, in the case of Grantha, is not feminine. But anyway, lipi in the Amar Kosha, Likhita Akshara, lipi, livir, uve, striyau. So both lipi and livi, there are two terms, synonyms. Both comes under the feminine gender. Okay. So now I was talking about the very beginning, the writing material. There is a Topara inscription. In that inscription, it is very clearly mentioned. You can read that. Iyam dhamma livi ata athi sila thambani va falakani va tata kataviya ena esa chilathike siya. Topara inscription, edit 7, line number 45. What does it mean? In the inscription, Ashoka himself stated that, please engrave my dharmagya, my order, on the stone. What does it mean? It means that at the time of Ashoka, the writing material was used, not durable. That's why he selected the stone. It means that the writing system, as per the European scholars, they always claim that we had no idea about the writing system before Ashoka. But it seems that from this statement, we can assume the writing system was very old in our ancient writing system, the literature. So look at this. He's talking about writing on the stone. Just believe, if he never allowed to writing on the stone, we don't have any evidence now. So the stone, so Chirakala, is it durable? He's talking about Chirakala. It will go up to a long time. Okay. So these are the basic information about the Ashoka. Now we are talking about the literary evidences of the writing system in ancient India. Okay. So that also I'm going to tell you. We have many texts. I have just taken a couple of things. Samhita, Aranyaka, and this Upanishad, Ramayana, Mahabharata, Panini. There are many scholars, many texts. These are there is some literal evidences, no hard evidences, literal evidences. Suppose when you're talking about writing system, Lekha, Lekhani. So many terminology one can find all these texts. It seems that time there was such kind of writing system was existing there. But due to some unavoidable circumstances, we don't have the evidences. Okay. So we can see that is in the Panini, there is a sutra, Adarsanam Lopaha. disappearance is called illusion. दिखाई नहीं देना लोप, पहले तो दिखाई देना चाहिए ना. So how does it appear? It means some kind of writing system was there. Even though in the Paninian grammar there is no reference of any script, but in Mahavasya and in Vartika there are some references. Yavanani, the lipi of Yavana, the lipi of the Greek people. We have some little evidences, but it is very difficult to say. But in Panini Ashtadhyayi, there is a lipikara and a livikara. In the Krudanta section, you can have the two, the scribe, lipikara and livikara. So there are two terms we can find in the Panini Ashtadhyayi. तो Panini Ashtadhyayi में लिपिकार और लिविकार ये दोनों का रेफरेंस तो प्राप्त होता है. ठीक है. Already I told this. One thing I can tell you. In Ramayana, you can see Rama Nama Ankita Chedam Pasya Devi Anguliyam Valmiki Ramayana mein hai. So my main focus is about Ankita, the word Ankita. Here you can see Ankita. Ankita means engraved. So when Hanuman went to Lanka, he showed the ring. See, oh Devi Sita, see, the Rama name is engraved. So my question about the engraved, it means there was that kind of writing system. So we can engrave that. So we have many references in many literary texts. Okay. So it seems that it is very difficult to trace because the evidences are already destroyed. So only we have literal evidences. So I think 20 minutes. If any question, or we can go further. Any question from online student? Please. पाणिनि अष्टाध्यायी में है ऑलरेडी. मैं आपको बताता हूँ. इन द कृदंत सूत्र, I don't remember the sutra. Maybe some reference will be here. Here 1160. No, it is Adasanam Lopa. I can tell you the sutra number. I don't remember the sutra. No, there is a sutra in Krudant section. Is talking about lipi livi vali. It's beginning like this. Okay. So that's where you can find this, or I can tell you the exact number of sutra tomorrow. Okay. Now, briefly, I can tell you the historical development. There are many interpretations. So I have gone through it. Then when you analyze the development, it is clearly understood pictography, ideography, and phonetic. तो जिसको बोलते हैं हम चित्रलिपि, pictography, ideography, भाव लिपि, phonetic script, ध्वनि लिपि. ओके. तो देयर में भी सम के और भी भेद कर सकते हैं, लेकिन मूलतः आप देख सकते हैं ये तीन ब्रॉड कैटेगरी है. चित्रलिपि, देयर आर ओनली द पिक्चर्स. भावलिपि, देयर इज ए पिक्चर बट फर्दर डेवलपमेंट. भाव, some emotions are there. I will show you. And then phonetic. Dhvani lipi means phonetic lips. Phonetic script means whatever we speak, there will be one stroke or two strokes, whatever. So it related to the phonemes. That is called phonetic. Now you can see here, actually it is a cuneiform form script. This is called kilakshara. क्योंकि किल की नुकीले है किलाक्षर. Now the question where we found in Mesopotamia civilization. किलाक्षर, किल की तरह नुकीले नुकीले हैं. तो ये किलाक्षर जो है, it is comes under pictography. ये है चित्र लिपि के अंतर्गत आता है. ठीक है. और यहां भी देखेंगे कि पेरू में ये पाया जाता है. ये सूत्र लिपि है. लेकिन अभी क्यूनाइन जो स्क्रिप्ट है, देयर इज अ डिपार्टमेंट इन कोपेनहेगन यूनिवर्सिटी एंड आल्सो इन ब्रिटिश लाइब्रेरी एंड अदर प्लेसेस. देयर इज अ डिपार्टमेंट, दे आर वर्किंग ऑन द क्लेज on top of रिटन। तो इसके ऊपर अभी शोध हो रहे हैं। कोपेनहेगन यूनिवर्सिटी में, विश्वविद्यालय में, डेनमार्क में एक डिपार्टमेंट है, क्यूनाइन फॉर्म डिपार्टमेंट। देयर द स्टूडेंट्स कैन स्टडी। ओके, इस प्रकार के अभी हो रहे हैं। सो ये दीज आर द एग्जांपल्स ऑफ द पिक्टोग्राफी। ये चित्रलिपि का क्या है ना, उदाहरण है। ठीक है। भावलिपि, actually what is the difference between चित्रलिपि and भावलिपि? It is a further development. Definitely भावलिपि में चित्र तो है, in ideography there are pictures, but the pictures some kind of emotions or different meanings. जैसे अब ये गोलाकार वृत्त है, ये वृत्त का अर्थ सन भी हो सकता है, स्टार भी हो सकता है, लाइट भी हो सकता है, हीट भी हो सकता है। तो उसके जो अर्थ है, उसके आकार के दृष्टि से यू कैन हैव डिफरेंट मीनिंग्स। Now you can see the weeping eye. What does it mean? That is conveying the sorrow. चित्र है, inside the चित्र there is a bhava, there is emotion. So ideas are there. That's why it is ideography. So chitralipi and bhavalipi. Now come to the third step, that is the phonetic script. So when we are talking about the phonetic scripts, there are two scripts mostly very famous. One is and the second one is Kharoshthi. So very quickly, how you can know? Okay. So just I came to know there are 13 students. They have raised their hands for questions. So my dear students, I'm very sorry. We will discuss, but after 10 minutes. Okay. So now, just after this presentation, so I have 4 different presentations. So one I completed, this is the second one. So look at here, in the Brahmi and Kharoshthi, the basic system is, writing system is, Brahmi is from left to right. Tibetan or Maithili or any script, we write from left to right. And the Kharoshthi is from right to left. So this is the basic difference, first of all. अभी ये ब्राह्मी और खरोष्ठी में और एक बात अच्छी है कि ब्राह्मी जो है उसका उदय होना और खरोष्ठी का खत्म होना ऐसा है। खरोष्ठी खत्म होता है तो ब्राह्मी का उदय होता है, लेकिन कहीं कहीं ब्राह्मी खरोष्ठी दोनों साथ साथ चले हैं। ठीक है, दैट आई विल एक्सप्लेन यू व्हाइल द बोथ ब्राह्मी एंड द खरोष्ठी द पीरियड आई टेल यू लेटर। सो इन द ब्राह्मी स्क्रिप्ट दैट रन्स फ्रॉम लेफ्ट टू राइट, तो इसमें जस्ट आई हैव गिवन अ आ ई उ, so 4-5 alphabets from the beginning. So now we can go to the next, that is the Kharoshthi. Okay, from right to left means आपको यहां से पढ़ना पड़ेगा, ऐसा ऐसा पीछे पीछे जाना पड़ेगा। ठीक है, तो इस प्रकार के you can see the basic difference between me and the Kharoshthi. Okay, so we have very limited time, so it is not easy to cover the complete history of the script, but I can give you just basic idea so that help you to go ahead with this workshop. Now, a very interesting story I would like to share with you. Types and names of the scripts used in ancient India. प्राचीन भारत में लिपियों की बहुत सारे नाम हमको मिलते हैं। जैसा हम बोलते हैं नंदी नागरी, नागरी, मैथिली, बहुत सारी लिपियां अभी बोलते हैं, यूज करते हैं। एरिया वाइज भी है, मिथिलांचल में बंगाल में बंगाली है, ओल्ड बंगाली है, फिर अभी का बंगाली है, मतलब मॉडर्न बंगाली, मॉडर्न अप्रोच है। नेवारी नेपाल में है। ठीक है, टिबेटन लिपि वोट दिस तिब्बत में है। सो इन प्राचीन काल में, मतलब ओल्ड एंशिएंट टाइम, देयर वाज द टेक्स्ट, आई एम गिविंग यू द टेक्स्ट, देयर आर मेनी बट ओनली 4 आई हैव टेकन। समवायंग सूत्र, इट इज ए जैन टेक्स्ट। देयर आर 18 स्क्रिप्ट्स। I am talking about the name. Bhagavati Sutra, 18 scripts. Panamana Sutra, 18 scripts. Lalita Vistara Sutra, 64 scripts. It does not mean that all scripts are same. It depends on the period, the time of the text, and also the use of the script that time. So a couple of things I will just share with you. Samavayanga Sutra. You can see there is a list. Bambi, Gandhavalipi, Javanali. You see Javanani, Javanali. Here is here. So we have a now Javanali, Dosapuriya, Garadalipi, 18 scripts. Okay, in Samavayanga Sutra. But Bambi is there. Our main importance is Bambi. Our main importance is Bambi. So Bambi is there. It means that there is the Bambi is the script of in the Samavayanga Sutra. So the same, we can go ahead with 64 scripts in Lalita Vistara. And one has to actually compare. You can compare the list in the different texts. So in the Lalita Vistara, there are 64. It's a bigger list compared to other Jaina texts. So I have just given 50, but there are 60. So 64 scripts actually you can see Brahmi and Khorosti. Our main is there, Brahmi and Khorosti. We can see the name. There is an interesting story. Nowadays, we have schools, many schools, but we don't have any schools of script. But time of Buddha, there was a school, Lipi Sandarsana Sala. In the Lalita Vistara, it is very clearly mentioned, Lipi Sandarsana Sala Parivarta. Parivarta means chapter. The chapter script school. हमारे पास बहुत स्कूल है, लेकिन स्क्रिप्ट स्कूल कहीं नहीं है. थोड़ा बहुत यूनिवर्सिटियों में, in the universities, there is some courses, part-time courses. But time of Buddha, there was a school. What happened there? Once what happened, then Buddha, that time he was Siddhartha, not Buddha. But in the Lalita Vistara, is Buddha. So, Katamam me bho upadhyaya lipim siksha payasi. Oh teacher, how many scripts would you like to teach me? एक बार बुद्ध सिद्धार्थ बचपन में स्कूल जाते हैं, अपने गुरुजी विश्वामित्र को पूछते हैं, ओ गुरुजी, आप मुझे कौन से कितने लिपि सिखाने वाले हैं? Would you like to teach me Brahmi, Khorosti? ऐसे बोल करके he enumerated all the 64 scripts. It means that Buddha had the knowledge of 64 scripts as per the Lalita Vistara text. What is the reply of Vishwamitra? It is very interesting to know. Yesam aham namadheya lipi nam na prajanami. I don't know the scripts you mentioning. Tatra esa sikchito santa lipisalam upa. That this boy has learned all the scripts somewhere else and come to my school. क्योंकि जब सिद्धार्थ 64 लिपियों का नाम लेते हैं, तो उनके जो गुरु है, जैसे ललित विस्तार में बताया गया है, वो कहते हैं अरे ये तो सब कुछ पढ़ के आया है. आगे क्या कहते हैं? वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. वक्त्रम चास्य न पश्यामि मूर्धानम तस्य. मैं उसकी मुंह कैसे दिखूं, मतलब मैं अपना मुंह कैसे दिखाऊं उसको. मतलब जो गुरुजी हैं वो अभी शर्मिंदा हो रहे हैं, अरे ये तो सब कुछ पढ़ के आया है. There is a opposite story in Chinese translation that I would like to mention to you. In Chinese translation, when Siddhartha went to school, Guru Vishwamitra asked, do you know there are 64 scripts? Then Siddhartha said, no, I don't know. Then he scolded Siddhartha, oh, you should learn 64 scripts. So you see, in the transmission of the translations and transmission, the cultural transmission, everything changed. And in the Tibetan version, they followed the Chinese version. So now we have two different stories. Okay, यहाँ गुरु आया है, यहाँ शिष्य की महानता दिखाया है. ऐसे हमको मिलते हैं. Okay, so main focus is on the Brahmi. Look at here, because we are going to learn Brahmi. So these are the names we can find in the ancient literature. Names. Okay. Okay. So I request all the online participants, also offline, if you have any question, please ask me now. You can unmute and ask me. I'm giving you 5 minutes, so you can proceed further. Thank you. Please ask me the questions. देवनागरी लिपि का विकास यदि पूर्णतया ब्राह्मी से है तो कैसे हैं? कृपया इसको स्पष्ट करने का प्रयास करें। बिल्कुल प्रयास करेंगे। जब हम क्लास में या आज भी समय होता है तो हम देखते हैं, मैं आपको बताऊंगा कि कैसे ये डेवलपमेंट हुआ है ब्राह्मी से। एक चीज देखिए, सिंपल सा बता सकता हूँ, ब्राह्मी में जो ठ है वो गोल है, देवनागरी में ठ है वो भी गोल है, और उड़िया स्क्रिप्ट जब देखेंगे, और एक चीज बताऊंगा, देखिए स्क्रिप्ट वाइज उड़िया स्क्रिप्ट देखेंगे, उसका जो ऊपरी हिस्सा है सर्दन है, जो नीचे का हिस्सा है वो नर्दन है, क्योंकि ओडिशा साउथ को भी छूता है और थोड़ा सा नर्दन पार्ट को छूता है। ऐसे क्लियरली नहीं है लेकिन थोड़ा छूता है, उसकी इन्फ्लुएंस है। तो स्क्रिप्ट का इन्फ्लुएंस बिल्कुल ब्राह्मी से पता चलेगा आपको। नेक्स्ट, ब्राह्मी लिपि यदि आज जो अपने मूल रूप में प्रयुक्त होती है तो कहाँ कब क्षेत्र में? हाँ, ब्राह्मी के मूल रूप में प्रयोग तो नहीं हो रहा है। उसका कारण यह है क्योंकि पिछले 2000 वर्ष से ज्यादा में जो लिपियों का परिवर्तन हुआ है, डेवलप हुआ है, वो इतना डेवलप हो गया है हमको खुद ही पता नहीं चलता है कि इसके पीछे ब्राह्मी है। ठीक है, ये तो बहुत आंसर है बाबा, बहुत क्वेश्चन है। ओके, सबका आंसर देना पड़ेगा। फक जी प्लीज कैन यू राइट अंकित as you said. Okay. Which lipi was used during the Ramayana time? This is a very good question. I am also having the... मेरे मन में यही प्रश्न है। सिर्फ अंकित शब्द है, कुछ ना कुछ तो जरूर होगा, और हमारे पास किसी भी प्रकार का मटेरियल तो अवेलेबल नहीं है उसको प्रमाण करने के लिए। थैंक यू। फिर जो भी क्वेश्चंस रहेंगे हम टाइम टू टाइम आंसर देंगे। थैंक यू। नाउ वी कैन प्रोसीड द हिस्टोरिकल एविडेंस ऑफ ब्राह्मी। During the Akbar period, there was no scholar was there at time to decipher the Brahmi as per the historical evidences. I am not 100% sure, but as per the history in the school or colleges written there was no one there to because that time Akbar was trying to decipher the inscriptions, but that time they were not able to decipher. It may be the tradition, broken tradition was there. So, but anyway, but it was the history. So I am not sure, but maybe. But the credit goes to actually James Prinsep because when he started to decipher the Brahmi script in 1837, and after that, the Indian scholars and the European scholars they have taken interest to study all this paleography and epigraphy and inscriptions and everything. So Prinsep was the person, and the credit goes to him. So because he deciphered, and how he deciphered is very important to see also. You can see there is a dana word. So you can find that word simultaneously or many times, couple of times, repeatedly. Okay, so dana word was there. And dana word was the key word for the decipher. जब वो लिपियों का परिचय मतलब उसका पहचाने, तब दान शब्द से उन्होंने पहचाना कि भाई दाना शब्द बार बार यूज हुआ है। ठीक है, तो दाना word was there. So it was the same, so I changed the one slide. Okay, so meaning of Brahmi. तो ब्राह्मी तो भारती भाषा गिरवाणवाणी सरस्वती। एक्चुअली ब्राह्मी लिपि के भाव में, लिपि के लिए बहुत सारे टेक्स्ट में तो है नहीं। एक तो अमरकोश में भी नहीं है, नहीं मिलता है अमरकोश में ब्राह्मी का नाम होना चाहिए। अमरकोश में ब्राह्मी मिलता है, लेकिन वो मिलता है प्लांट के नाम से। ब्राह्मी ऑयल है ना, ब्राह्मी ऑयल, तो वो प्लांट के नाम से मिलता है। तो ब्राह्मी को लेकर के, नाम को लेकर के कई प्रश्न है। ऑलवेज देयर इज ए कंट्रोवर्सी ऑन द नेम्स। ठीक है, वो प्राचीन काल से चला आ रहा है। सो देयर इज ए कंट्रोवर्सी ऑन द नेम, but Brahmi is never used as a script by the scholars, but there is a list, as I told you. So looking at the name Brahmi is that Rusavadeva, as per Jaina Parampara, and some other cultural or social aspects, we can say the names are different by the different people. So Usavadeva, maybe the Brahmi was her daughter. So का है कि उन्होंने अपनी बेटी को सिखाने के लिए उन्होंने ब्राह्मी का ये किया. लेकिन मॉडर्न रिसर्च क्या कहता है? सो रिचर्ड सोलोमन इज अ वेरी ग्रेट नेम इन इंडियन एपिग्राफी. तो रिचर्ड सोलोमन जो कहते हैं कि भी लाट, लात, लाट, सर्दन, अशोकन, इंडियन, पाली, मौर्यन, so there are many names actually. Okay, so if you look at the name of Brahmi, it's very difficult. There is a still controversy. If you look at the inscriptions also, there is a different information. I can just show you now. In the inscription, it is written Iyam Dhammalipi. So it is very difficult to really identify what do you mean by Dhammalipi. So it may be the edict or the script used there. So still there is also, because frequently this inscriptions we can find Iyam Dhammalipi Devanam Piyena. So as per the European scholars, they interpret as the inscription. Okay. But Dhammalipi, for the Sanskrit point of view, we can say Dharmasya Lipi, Dharmaya Lipi. Okay. So if we have two different compounds, in one compound we can analyze it is the name of or the writing style. But still, because we mainly follow, maybe there may be some European scholars or European students, but I can say we mainly follow whatever the European scholars established. So before European scholars establishment, people are talking about the Korean writing system or LAT. Okay, but George Wheeler and some other scholars, when they decided, okay, it should be called Brahmi. And I can tell you also, the evidences they have taken, it is very important to know, because you are all are young scholars. They have taken 3 evidences to call this writing system Brahmi. What are they? One is Jaina manuscript list, the Jaina list, Bambi, first evidence. Second evidence, what? That is the Buddhist text. That is the Lalita Vistara. And there is another evidence is the encyclopedia, Chinese encyclopedia. Pan means Brahma. So the Indian writing system, left to right, is the creator Brahma. So these are the evidences. And also there may be evidence of the emotions of Indian emotions about the Brahma is the creator, something. But anyway, so it is decided by them. And we are just following. And I address or maybe ask all the young scholars, they can again work on it. What exactly Brahmi and why it should be not Brahmi or Brahmi. So we have to again and what exactly the meaning of Dhammalipi? Because if you learn all the scripts, all the inscriptions where you can find Dhammalipi, so one can analyze what is exactly Dhammalipi. So the scholars should come and discuss on it. Okay. So origin of Brahmi script, both Indian scholars and Western scholars, they have worked a lot and they have tried their best to connect Brahmi with some kind of writing system. Okay. So A. Cunningham said Indian Pali or Brahmi alphabet, it is a indigenous alphabet. And Professor Weber, he said, no, it is from Phoenician script. According to Dickey, he said, no, it's from South, southern style of the script. According to Taylor, there is Arabia. And many scholars, they have given their own view. But still, it is very difficult exactly. But we don't have any complete alphabets from other scripts. Only some of the characters or the graphics are similar, partly similar, maybe fully, maybe half. So it is very difficult to exactly. So this is a very basic development. North Semitic, as the established the development is there, North Semitic and then Aramaic. If you look at the your left and right Phoenician and that Brahmi connections. So it is kind of, then Brahmi, we have southern style and northern style. So this is a basic development is shown here, okay? So that you can have a, and now a little bit of comparison. Whatever I told, I have just given some evidences. So comparison between the Phoenician alphabet. So look at here, it is a Phoenician alphabet. And how this Phoenician, 1 minute. But anyway, the O has gone, not showing clearly, but you can see, maybe I can, no, still there is some problem of converting. Anyway, so actually it was changed. If you look at the two half circle a little bit, so it is changed in the reverse order, and then it is become the Brahmi O. Okay. So next also you can see there is also some according to Weber how it is changed. So het to ha, gha, so mem to ma. So these are the different symbols you can see in the development chart, and I can share you also the correct file so that you can have a look after the class. So same, you can see the cross, aleph changed to a, and bet to ba, like gimel to ga. So the scholars actually worked on it, and they tried to establish the connection of the Brahmi with some other script and the development also. And John Marshall, he's talking about the Sindhu symbols. Look at the first line, the Sindhu symbols, and the second line, that is the Brahmi. So Sindhu symbol, he said, okay, the O has how many strokes? 1, 2, 3 strokes. So they have changed. So 3 dots are in Brahmi is the short E, and there are 3 verticals and 4 verticals in the Sindhu, and also we can find the 4 dots. So such kind of development we can have from different scholars to just have a, and this also, this Bholanath Tiwari, also Indian scholar, he's also speaking the same. Okay, Sindhu and Brahmi connection. Okay. He's been interesting. One scholar tried to establish all the Brahmi alphabets from Sanskrit word, which I like very much. Because you see the Akshi, the I, how the development, Akshi to A. Okay. So the development of Brahmi A from the Sanskrit word Akshi. So he has taken all the Sanskrit word and trying to establish the development of the alphabet of Brahmi Sanskrit word. Okay. So I have a couple of examples, not all. Maybe I can. Kartan. Kartan means to cut, katna. Okay. So katna, so just changed little bit. Because here the lines are slanting, here you have vertical and crossing with the middle with the horizontal. So kartan. Kartan means katna. Okay. The word ka is there. Okay. So chhatra, cha. Chhata, umbrella. You can see the last word. If you look at your right side, actually that is the Brahmi. Left side is the Sanskrit word and the picture, the pictographs. And the pictographs actually changed. Okay. Okay. That I'm going to tell. This is our last part. So, paleographic features, direction, writing, how you will write the Brahmi, that is from left to right. We have consonants, okay, and appearance of the Brahmi script. See the appearance, how the appearance, that is the vertical lines. There are triangles, there are circle, there are semicircles. Okay, this is the appearance. Okay, head mark, we don't have any head mark. If you look at, this is a head mark, not head mark. It is the swara. There is no head mark. Okay. And we have the position of Anuswara. I don't know why this picture is not coming clearly. 1 minute. I'll share my other document. So pictures are not coming clearly. What happened? No, it is already gone. Eh? Oh, yeah. नहीं कैसे करेंगे? Okay. Sorry. Okay. मैंने तो वही किया, फिर क्या फायदा हुआ? Okay. Okay, I'm talking about the head stroke. Okay. So actually in the beginning, if you look at here, okay, so beginning there is no head stroke. It is very important to know when the head stroke actually starts. Around 1st to 3rd century, there is a small dot you can see. Okay. And then there is a small horizontal line to the right. And a small same you can see on the development of 12th century and 14th century, you can see. Because the dot actually goes both way, left side and right side. Okay? क्योंकि ये development है. When we learn, that time I will show you more. Now about the Anuswara. Look at here. Anuswara is here. La, U, Anuswara, lum. Here Anuswara is on the upper of the middle half. Okay? So your Anuswara position, the Anuswara position is different. But now we have fixed. Anuswara कहाँ होना है? हमने अभी उसको निश्चित किया है. Okay? So Anuswara. This is very important for all of you. When you are learning the Brahmi, peculiarities of Brahmi conjuncts. So conjunct means 2 or more than 2 syllables combinations. Jodakshar. Conjunct clusters. So different thing is that I have written 2 words. Arabhipta. Arabhitpa. Okay. So Arabhitpa, the second one, I'm talking about this. It is correct. Okay. This is also correct. But in the Brahmi, it is written in a very different way. Means the position of, you see, look at here, Arabhit. First is Pa, then Ta. Actually, the correct reading should be, the first should be Ta, and second, the below one will be Pa. Again, Prajvi, Ta, Ya, and Wa. I don't know how to pronounce. And such kind of conjuncts is not found in Sanskrit Pali. No. It's difficult to pronounce. Ya, how you pronounce? It should be Wa with Ya. So it may be, in the beginning, I was thinking that it may be the mistake, but it is a peculiarities. They're writing in a different way. The reading may be the correctly. I don't know how they are doing that time. But the correct writing system and the reading is different. If you look at the first one, first line, Then pronunciation will be very difficult. In the second one will be very difficult. Yawa, prajuhita yawa. Actually, it is prajuhitavya. Okay, such kind of peculiarities one can find while joining the two or more than two consonants. Okay. Then number system. Actually, number system is very difficult to exactly get numbers. But in Nanaghat, actually, it's very difficult to find any numbers in Ashokan inscriptions. But later period in the Brahmi, we have number 4, number 6, number 50, and number 200. But later period, in other inscriptions, one can find and they can recreate some numbers. Okay. This also I forget to tell you. One inscription in Brahmagiri is very important. If someone from south, he can visit the Brahmagiri inscription. In that inscription, we can find the name of a scribe. वहां लिपिकार का नाम है चपटेन लिखितम. So Chapata was the lipikara, and he was written from right to left. It means that he may be from Afghanistan, or he knows maybe the writing of Kharosthi script. इस प्रकार के हैं. तो ब्रह्मगिरी inscriptions में ये जाके देखना है. I have the information, but I've never been there. If someone is from that place, or may visit and see and send me a photo if possible. Okay. So number system we have seen. Look at here. I can go also slide. So from the current slide. Okay. This is better. Actually, that is, as I told you in the very beginning about the language. If you compare the language of Tripitaka and the language of inscription, there is a great difference. जो त्रिपिटक की भाषा है और अशोक के अभिलेख की जो भाषा है, दोनों में बहुत फर्क है. फिर भी when you analyze the Ashokan inscription, then 75% in Prakrit languages. 75%. Okay. 20% in Pali language. Then there is a question, then what is Pali? Pali is one of the oldest Prakrit. प्राकृत की कई विधाएं हैं, उसमें जो पाली है वो सबसे पुराना वाला विधा है. ठीक है. और 5% संस्कृत लैंग्वेज. So this is a like estimate, or we can say while learning the Ashokan inscriptions. Okay, we can find this. So what are these languages? क्यों नहीं हो रहा? Sorry. It's okay. It's okay. So Prakrit means Ardhamagadi, Magadi, Maharashtra, Sauraseni, Paisachi. These are the varieties of Prakrit. Okay. Look at here, the variant reading in Ashokan inscriptions. Girinar, Devanam Piyo Piyadasi Raja is very clear. Kalsi mein Devanam Piye Piyadasi Laja. The Ra change into La. There is a regional influence. Okay. Dhauli mein Devanam Piye Piyadasi Laja. Same. Junagadh, Jaugarh mein Devanam Piye Piyadasi Laja. Same. Savajgadi mein Devanam Piyo Piyadarsi Raja. Okay. And Mansara also Raja. If you look at the total content or the linguistical study of Ashokan inscriptions should be done. There little work is done, but one can do a Ashoka Abhilekha Kosa. Ashoka Abhilekha Kosa. One can make a inscriptional dictionary with respect to their linguistic study. It means the connection between the Magadi, Ardhamagadi, Paisachi, Sauraseni, what kind of Prakrits are used in Ashokan inscriptions. So linguistically study, भाषागत अध्ययन तो होनी चाहिए. Ashokan inscriptions का अभी तक हुआ नहीं है. और लिखते हैं कि अशोक अभिलेख का एक कोश बनना चाहिए. There is a dictionary of अशोक अभिलेख का कोश. ये भी होना चाहिए. ये भी अभी तक हुआ नहीं है. आप लोग प्रोजेक्ट अप्लाई कीजिए. You can get some fund, work on it. Okay. So Important inscriptions, major inscription 97, minor rock edits 15, and Slav inscription 1, major pillar edits 36, minor pillar edits inscriptions 6, Babar cave inscription 3, Greek and Aramaic inscription 3. So Ashok का आप देख सकते हैं, you can have a very broad idea about the distribution of the inscription, about the languages of the inscriptions. Okay? This picture will clear you more. If you look at the Brahmi has spread over very places up to Bali, Japan, everywhere in different forms. Okay? In the Silk Route, the Siddham has gone to China, Korea, Japan. Okay? Then there is a form of Sarada. Siddham Sarada, there is a connection. Okay? So there are many things. Now the development, little development, very quickly. That Proto-Brahmi and this pre-Mauryan, Mauryan and post-Mauryan. And this Brahmi script with the 600 to 350 BC and to AD like this. So there is a division, there is a development. And also I can show you, this is a very good chart for all of you. Okay. You have seen it? Okay. So there is a question mark of the 5th century BC because it depends on the evidence. Suppose today we can find another evidence. So that date may be back to 5th BC. But look at here, the North Indian and South Indian, and then we have all these divisions. And also on the bottom, you can see the regional script development. Okay. So these are the development of the scripts. Okay. यहाँ जा रहा है, वहां नहीं जा रहा है, कुछ तो गड़बड़ है. Anyway. So look at here. The Brahmi Ka. So Brahmi Ka, it is a vertical and horizontal. Okay. And how it has changed the time to time. That also you have to know. And also the southern style, they have changed. Okay. So the change, when I will teach you that time, I can tell you the changes in the writing on board. So these are the developments. You can see 1 minute. Here also you can see, look at here. Gupta period and the Brahmi script, Ashokan period and Gupta period. As a student of script language, if you want to compare it, you can look at here, there is the one vertical, one horizontal. Now, within 500 years or more than 500 years, suppose more than 600-700 years, you can see here that the triangle is there. And head stroke is already started now. You can look at, there's a thick on the top. And the same will go both ways. Okay. So you have the no and no. So like this. And this is the development of Ka up to Sarada, and the Devanagari, just you have to open that below part. So this is a very sadhu mataricha pitaricha susrusa mitta sanyutam yantina brahmana samananam sadhu dana prananam sadhu anaramvo apabhyayata apabhandata sadhu. What Ashok said. You have to respect your mother, father. You have to help them. You have to take care of them and give donation to the Brahman and the Samana. Give donation to the Brahmins and any kind of Jaina sadhu or any sadhu. Okay. And then actually you can also be careful about the expenditures. Apabhyayata. Okay. So Ashokan inscriptions should be studied in a very effective way. There are courses in different universities and colleges. Actually, they never studied in a very just information, the degree and doing their own work. But it should be studied in a very effective way. So thank you all for this little presentation. And so you can hear this Rama, Rama and Devanagari. So Brahmi, Rama. So these are the developments. So thank you all. Something at the end? No, nothing is there. So if you have any question, you can ask me. Otherwise, we can start our class, the alphabets, because we have more 25 minutes. Any question you can ask me. All the participants online, they can ask the questions or they have to write. So I have to 60 questions. Oh. Weeping eyes वाला फिर से देखाओ सर जी, ये क्वेश्चन है. ओके. Sir, whenever we talk about script, language also comes into being. Which language uses are used in Brahmi? Brahmi, for Brahmi, actually, if you look at the language, mostly the Prakrit was used in the Brahmi script. So Sanskrit also used, but we don't have any evidence of before Ashok. But we can say the Brahmi script is used to write Sanskrit language and Prakrit languages, and also Aramaic, also Gandhari languages. Are there any manuscripts in Brahmi Jaina tradition? Jaina tradition manuscript, I have no idea. One has to check. But mostly we can find all the inscriptions of Ashokan inscriptions in Brahmi, the pure Brahmi. And the latter period, actually, the Brahmi scripts have further development. That may be. Do you told about the Dravidian Lipi? What do you mean by that? Yes. Actually, it may be one kind of interpolation or not, I am not sure. But in the Jaina texts, these are the lists you can have. Is the Tibetan language influenced by Brahmi? See, language and the script, I'm talking about the script. And definitely the Tibetan writing system is influenced by the Brahmi. Not exactly Brahmi. There is a later Kutila script, and the Tibetan script is developed from Kutila. ब्राह्मी भाषा अथवा लिपि, ब्राह्मी ये लिपि का नाम अभी है इस संदर्भ में. Yes, very good question. See, in the legend or the story, in the socio-cultural aspects, it is very difficult to recognize who was the Vishwamitra. There are many Vishwamitras. So it is the same Vishwamitra or not, it is very difficult for me to say. Okay. So we don't know. Please tell me start or end of Korosti means. Okay, very good. Actually, see our writing system. If you look at our writing system, जो लिखने की पद्धति है, वो लिखने का कैसा होता है? You can start from left side and going to the right side, and from right to left. In China, also the right from top to bottom. So there are 3 different kinds of writing style. So left to right, right to left, top to bottom. No. If you look at the Chinese script, it's morely the China or they have the pictographs, but there is some phonetic value. So if you look at the Chinese script, there is a pictograph. For the school, there is a picture. For the college, there is another picture. For a university, there is another picture. But all the pictures have a common element with some phonetic value. So it is not that. So Chinese, there is no connection with Chinese script and Brahmi. One thing I can tell you, Japanese yen, the Japanese yen, the symbol yen, Y with a stroke of under the 4 number in Brahmi. So I can say Brahmi का जो symbol है वो Japanese yen में use होता है. That symbol we are having in the Brahmi. Which explanation seems correct? Lalita Vistara, Chinese or other one? Okay, Tenjin. So I don't know which one is correct, because there are 2 different interpretations. Chinese translation, maybe, I don't know. Thank you. So any question from offline students here? Please, if any question, please ask. नहीं, डिसाइफरमेंट तो जेम्स प्रिंसेप ने किया है, उसके बाद स्टडी हुआ है, फिर वो द क्रेडिट गोज टू हिम आल्सो, बट द फर्स्ट डिसाइफरमेंट इज दिस, एक मिनट आइए, सॉरी, इनको कॉल कीजिए, सेक्रेटरी ऑफिस से कॉल, इनको बोलिए कि आपको आप देंगे। So, any question? ब्राह्मी के पूर्व का कोई लिपि का प्रमाण तो अभी कुछ ऐसा खास नहीं है। अभी सिंधु घाटी के पूरी जो लिखावट है, अभी तक उसका डिसाइफरमेंट नहीं हुआ है। ये एक कंट्रोवर्शियल अभी भी है, क्योंकि उसका कारण ये है कि ब्राह्मी से तो है डेफिनेटली, लेकिन वो फोनेटिक था नहीं था, इसके ऊपर विचार चल रहा है। देयर वाज ए सिंबल, बट इज ऑन सिंबल। हाँ, आदर्शनम लोपः। Thank you, Hajji. Please, all my dear participants, online and offline, please wait. We'll going to start the learning the script. तुम मेरा ये कहाँ गया? वो लगाइए, इसको बंद कर दो, म्यूट करो, वो रहेगा ना? ठीक ठीक, ओके। सो okay, now you can see. Okay, can you hear me? No, I am talking about the online. They can hear me, no? Okay. So we are going to learn the Brahmi. So this is actually what you have to do. Do you have book or not? Notebook and pencil or pen? Yes. Because from tomorrow onwards, I will bring the whiteboard here, or I can give you my tab to write down. Maybe we'll have some whiteboard here. All has to come here. Very, very practical from tomorrow onwards. Okay. So this is A. So we can in the Roman or also in Devanagari. Okay. You don't write the Roman and Devanagari, that you know. Only the main focus is the A. Okay. Now the second one, I am writing the Brahmi first. A. Okay. आपने नहीं बोला कि sorry, actually the class, we decided to have this class 4 p.m. all of a sudden some different meetings, it is very difficult to postpone, prepone, anyway. So so this is A. Now the question, there is another type of A also. What is the difference? इसमें भेद क्या है? If you look at the form, that is the angular form. There is a vertical line. You can look at this, a vertical line. Okay. And then two strokes are connecting to the middle of that. And the same is A, but there is a one horizontal line on the. This is a stroke. The stroke is A. So A. Okay. So you have to write down, please. And then we are talking about the E. So I will follow. So E is 3 dots. Definitely there are variations. Definitely I'll tell you later. But first you have to be very careful about the basic structure of the Brahmi. So the 3 dots. How to arrange the 3 dots? 1 is on the top, 2 in the both sides. Or maybe just reverse order. This is also E. Okay. So you can practice both. Okay. So this is short E. So now we can tell you A, E. In case of A, अभी के समय में हम लोगों ने क्या व्हाट वी डिड नाउ एक्चुअली द हेड स्ट्रोक द स्ट्रोक हियर नॉट हेड स्ट्रोक द आ इज ऑन द टॉप आल्सो फ्रॉम द मिडिल. ठीक है. सो ये आपको याद रखना पड़ेगा. सो नाउ आ ई long E, 4 dots. This is the long E. Okay. एक चीज आपको ध्यान से बोल रहा हूं, इतने सारे मैंने बनाया है, गड़बड़ मत करना. ओके. Again I can tell you very clearly A E E 4 dots. Okay. A E E. Now U L. ये थोड़ा slanting भी हो सकता है. There is a possibility of slanting the vertical one like this. This is also L. Like both. Okay. Both is U. Okay. Then long U. Long U. Okay. So please note down. Okay. Now we can write A E E U U. Okay. Maybe some foreigners are there, so I can write for them also. E long E. माइक म्यूट है मेरे? ये तो उसके से जुड़ा है ना. सुनाई नहीं दे रहा है? नहीं, आपको सुनाई दे रहा है, लेकिन ऑनलाइन का मुझे पता नहीं क्या हो रहा है. सुनाई दे रहा होगा तभी लोग जुड़े हैं. 3. ओके, गुड. सो now U and also long U. Okay. See here, A, when you say A, this is A. And there is a connection between O and A. I just want to show you the connections now. Only this stroke is different. When you talk to E, there is a connection with long E. 3 dots, 4 dots. How to compare? This is paleography. My main thing is to just not to learn, okay, 4 dots E. No. Look at here. O and A. There is a extra stroke on the top. The stroke is कैसा है वो? Horizontal है. In the case of E, it is not horizontal. It is round. Short to long. I am talking about Harswa and Dirgha. Interpret in that way. Harswa, A, Dirgha, A. Why A? Because there is the stroke is there. Harswa E, Dirgha, E. Okay. It means Harswa, Dirgha, short and long. So there is a relation between short and long. Sometimes it is in the horizontal, maybe sometimes vertical, sometimes round, because this is the basic that will help you to know other paleographies of the scripts. This is the technique. Okay. Come to the U. It is short U. And then long U. Again. What is the difference? आ में क्या था? ऊपर था, बीच में था, लेकिन ऊ में नीचे. So harswa dirgha, a, I, u. Now we can get the AI. Okay. This letter is not there. All my dear participants, online, offline, this is not found in Ashokan Brahmi. ये Ashokan Brahmi में ये नहीं मिलता है. Then there is a big question. नहीं मिलता है तो what kind of symbol was there? So as per my understanding, I can tell you all my dear students, Ashoka is very clever. What he did, he selected the language. That language was Pali or Prakrit. And he modified the existing writing system to his own convenience. अशोक बहुत चालाक थे. उन्होंने प्राकृत का यूज किया और प्राकृत के लिए जो आवश्यक है वही किया. क्योंकि just after 200 years later, we can have, which is different than Ashokan Brahmi, because Ashokan Brahmi we don't have, because the Prakrit language, we don't have this symbol. So Ashokan Brahmi we cannot find. Okay. So this also we cannot find. No. Okay. Just cross them. We don't find because Ashokan inscription language was Pali, Prakrit. So that we don't have. Okay. Now come to A. Just have a triangle. This is A. Okay. This is A. Then I. See that line on the top to the left side. Okay. So I can now write down, please carefully, A, A, E, E, U, long U, A, I. Okay. So A, E, U, A, I. Okay. Now O. I'm talking about this O. Both. And I can show you. You just write down, then I'll explain you how it is O. Okay. 4 बजे पहुंच जाएंगे. आप उनको फोन करके बोल दीजिए. Okay. So O. I will show you. Very interesting connection. What is this? You have a vertical line below there is a horizontal line. And if you add another horizontal line to the left side on the top, that is O. There is a grammatical connection. Which O, it is a guna. E change into A, it is a guna. So it is a guna now. Okay. And also we can find both way. The O, sorry, O. O. Okay. Actually, you have to practice. I can tell you now, which letter is this? Who can tell me? This? जितना जल्दी आप ब्राह्मी सीखते हैं ना, उतना जल्दी भूलते हैं आप. ठीक है, लेकिन आपको हम बढ़िया से प्रैक्टिस करवाएंगे, आप भूलेंगे नहीं. ओके, सो I can continue, but I have some meeting. I'm very sorry to say. But thank you all. 2-3 announcements I can tell you. First of all, tomorrow onwards, we are trying to make a WhatsApp group here, the offline, because it will be easy for us. And for the online, we'll send them through mail, because there will be a lot of homework. This is the one thing. And the second thing is, tomorrow the class timing will be changed. It will continue the complete from 3 to 4 to 5:30. Okay. So, and we'll try to upload recordings. Siddhar Barik will do that. And let us see. Thank you all. And any question, actually, how to make the WhatsApp group is very for all these groups, so that I can practice. We can practice here. Who can do? Siddharji. Okay. So, have you written your name and number? Even though already we have given it, difficult for us to find out from them. Okay. So thank you all. फिर मिलते हैं. Any question हो तो पूछ सकते हैं. Thank you. हाँ, बिल्कुल पूछिए. हाँ? What is the difference between Pali and Prakrit? Pali is one of the oldest Prakrit. Pali is the monastic language. The word Pali actually comes around 6th century later, 6th century common era. बुद्ध घोष ने. पाली का अर्थ होता है स्ट्रिंग, पाली का अर्थ होता है लाइन. ठीक है. और प्राकृत में, पाली भी एक प्राकृत है, और उसमें क्या है ना, प्राकृत में बहुत सारे विधाएं हैं. मागधी, अर्धमागधी, पैसाची, सौरसेनी. और प्राकृत क्लोज टू द वैदिक लैंग्वेज. और कोई प्रश्न? हाँ 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 प्लीज. हाँ हाँ, फ्रॉम मुंबई. That I know. No, I am talking about, I told you that the linguistical study. What she did, I have this book with me. What she did, she actually taken all the inscriptions. There is a Marathi translation. There is a Pali, Pali conversions, means from Prakrit to Pali and Sanskrit also he has changed. Just changing the language. I am talking about the linguistical, matlab bhasagat adhyan. I told about that. Okay. Ashokan rock edit and very good. What's your name? कहाँ से हैं आप? यूनिवर्सिटी कौन सी है? Okay. 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 Very good. Thank you. Very good. Any other question? हाँ. और उसमें है नहीं, आएगा बाद में, क्योंकि प्राकृत में और है नहीं. I purely follow the Ashokan inscription. Everything I'll tell you time to time. हाँ. हाँ हाँ, आर्कियोलॉजी एविडेंस बहुत है। ऐसा है, देखिए अभी अशोक के जो स्क्रिप्ट आने के बाद, ठीक है, हमारे पास ये अभिलेख इसके नहीं है, खरोष्टी के बहुत नहीं है, खत्म हो जा रहे हैं। हाँ हाँ हाँ। नहीं, मैंने ये नहीं कहा खत्म हो गया, ऐसा शब्द तो मैंने इस्तेमाल नहीं किया। मैंने कहा कि इसका इसका उदय, उसका विलय। विलय का अर्थ होता है कि खरोष्टी ब्राह्मी में विलय नहीं हुआ, खरोष्टी का यूसेज जो है इंडिया की तरफ जो बढ़ना था वो नहीं हुआ, ये मैं कह रहा हूँ। क्योंकि ब्राह्मी आने से खरोष्टी स्टॉप हो गया। ये तो खरोष्टी का जो एक्सपेंशन है वो इंडिया में आना चाहिए ना। इंडिया नजदीक है ना अफगानिस्तान से, जहां खरोष्टी का यूज होता था। इंडिया तो उस समय तो एक ही साथ था, तो होना चाहिए, तो हमको तो खरोष्टी का मिलना चाहिए ना। मेरा ये संदर्भ था कि अशोकान का जो ब्राह्मण आया, खरोष्टी का ये बंद हो गया, मतलब आया नहीं। उल्टा अशोकान इंस्क्रिप्शन वहां गया, कहाँ हमको आराम में मिलता है वहां, लेकिन यहाँ नहीं मिलता। एक ही उदाहरण मैंने दिया, ब्रह्मगिरी। ब्रह्मगिरी में सिर्फ वो व्यक्ति का नाम मिलता है, बाकी नहीं। इसलिए इस संदर्भ में मैंने कहा। ठीक, हाँ, यस। You see, there is a direct connection of all Indian scripts to the Brahmi. But in between the Brahmi and Devanagari, there are many regional scripts in between developed. And the exact Devanagari, there are 4 types of Devanagari. Devanagari, Nandi Nagari, Pahadi Nagari also is there, and Old Nagari or Jain Nagari. So Nagari means Nagara and Nagari, but there is a development from Brahmi. But in between, there are many stages, periods. So the development you cannot easily trace. Okay. Okay. See you tomorrow, 4 p.m. Thank you all.